Sir.
Martin, சொல்லுங்க.
Yes, sir. We can start, sir.
Yes, Martin. I'll start. I'll start then.
Okay. Dear participants, very good morning to one and all. So this is the fourth day of our 5-day FDP program. Thanks for your continuous support. So you have seen that the last 3 days we have wonderful sessions. We have resource person from the industry as well as academic side to enrich your knowledge in the area of blockchain and big data. I just summarized the last 3 days what has happened. See, we started the inauguration with our Honorable Vice Chancellor. He has said that how to take the technology to the poorest of poor, how to reach the agricultural people. So that should be the end view of the whatever the program. All the FDP programs should carry out something to the audience with some research or with some kind of product. So with these words, we started the inauguration. And Mr. Srinivas Bushparov from Government of India, he has given the platform, that is the fundamentals of blockchain and big data. He has given a very good overview about the technology. On the same day, and the session 2, Mr. Hariharan from Wipro Bangalore, he fantastically said how the blockchain has transformed the big data, and he has explained with the different kind of case studies. And the third day, we had session from Dr. Gangadharan from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. He has given the very fundamental techniques, tools, and the different kind of analytics which are applied in the big data. He has given a very fundamental things. You have enjoyed a lot. And on the same day, the fourth session is taken by Mr. Kamesh from Oracle Blockchain Expert. He has given a ice-breaking session on blockchain for big data, different approaches, how the different kind of projects have been developed in the supply chain management, how the blockchain is applied. All these things he started to explain. And at the same day, the session 5, we got resource person, Mr. Arishant from Trace Tech Bangalore. It's a very wonderful session. He has talked about the trace tech, that is from the seed to end product, from the how the seed is that is developed, how the how to increase the productivity of the seed and different kind of methods to improve the productivity, how they are approaching the agriculture people in the field. From that, how it is cooled, then how it's sent to the end user through the industry. Every part we are tracing with the blockchain. All the data has been entered into the blockchain. How the supply chain is applied in the agriculture field, as explained. And in the third day, we had sessions from Dr. P. Tyagarajan. He has explained about consensus algorithm. So in the blockchain, the modification, addition, how it has been carried out using the consensus algorithm. Then myself has explained about the different kind of big data storage systems, NoSQL, at the different kinds of big data storage system we discussed. And finally, yesterday evening, we had session from Dr. Pawan Kumar from Indian Institute of Information Technology, Dharwad. He has applied, said about data encryption-based blockchain, how the coding schemes are applied, how it is verified, all these things explained. Finally, yesterday evening, we had session from Dr. R. Pragan Kumar from Pondicherry Institute of Medical Sciences. He is talking about how to lead the healthy life, how to lead the wealthy life. For that one, what are the things you have to follow? And he also given the half-an-hour meditation. So these are the things happen in the last 3 days. You have given a wonderful support. With your support only, we are able to do the things. Now today we have very special day. We have an expert from Pondicherry University in the Department of Banking Technology, Dr. V.Prasanna Venkatesan. I am welcoming full-heartedly. Actually, he is my guru, he is my guide, he is my mentor, all the things. And not only in this occasion, start from the beginning of Department of Computer Science in the Central University of Tamil Nadu, Thiruvarur, we are getting lot of expertise, advisors, suggestions to enrich the department. So we are always very much connected with Dr. V. Prasanna Venkatesan sir. With these small words, I invoke my Mr. Himansh. He is the scholar of Computer Department of Computer Science to introduce Dr. V. Prasanna Venkatesan sir to the audience. Himansh, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Martin, sir, for giving this opportunity to me. It's great honor to introduce V. Prasanna.
Himansh's voice gets breaks.
Sir,
Himansh?
yes, sir. My voice is breaking, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
It's a great honor for me to introduce and welcome Dr. V. Prasanna Venkatesan, sir. Sir is a professor of banking technology with Pondicherry University. Sir has over 27 years of experience in the field of computer science and engineering and banking technology. He has developed an architectural model for multilingual software. His research interests includes object-oriented modeling and design, banking technology, service-oriented architecture, smart banking, and business intelligence. More than the 6 students are awarded PhD degree, and he has guided PhD scholars and MBA and banking. He has published research paper in world highly recognized journals such IEEE Transactions, Elsewhere, Indus Science, and other top journals. He has received 1263 citation indices for his publications, and he is one of the technical member belongs to different Indian and foreign universities. He has received a citation in the 33rd edition of Marquis from Who is Who, and his research work has been recognized by Center of Machine Learning and Intelligence System, Bern School of Information and Computer Science, and University of California, USA, since it has launched in February 2014, where more than 93,000 researchers have visited the qualitative bankruptcy dataset. Now we welcome Dr. V. Prasanna sir to grace this 5 days FDP program by his kind words. Prasanna sir, welcome sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Over to
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you, Mansu. Good morning to one and all. And thanks, Dr. Martin. And it is wonderful always to collaborate with the Central University of Tamil Nadu, Thiruvarur. And it is a privilege. Like you are all young people and you are on current topic. Whenever we join, we are really working the recent technologies and the recent developments in the industry. This is not only for you, for me also. It is an opportunity to jump into the recent domain, and I appreciate the department always having a leap in the in working the recent updates in the field of computer science. So, again, once again, I thank the university and the department and the organizer, Dr. Martin, for inviting me for this, delivering this special lecture on this ATAL program. And the topic is very interesting. I believe from his statement, I can understand. Last 3 days, so we got wonderful sessions, and it almost covered all the basics about what is blockchain, what is big data, and how it is connected, and what is happening inside the blockchain, and how it can be stored, how it can be encrypted, and what kind of consensus they are making. So all this happened, like what is inside, but where it can be applied. That is my session. And one topic was discussed is agriculture. So here my focus is on uh, smart city and smart healthcare. These two domains, how it is going to change. It is already started changing, and I strongly believe another 5 years we are going to see very predominantly these changes, and it will be visible, and all we will be the users of these changes. Okay, this is what going to happen, and it is happening also. It is happening in a slow pace. It is happening, already started. and we are going to observe all those, and we are going to part of the system. I strongly believe few people from this group also may be contributing this for a period. I wish. So my topic is blockchain, big data applications, smart city, and smart healthcare. So two applications has been given to me: smart city and smart healthcare. So what I'm going to do is first, because all these smart cities, smart healthcare, smart agriculture, or smart education, whatever it is, all starts from the smart environment. So what is smart environment? I'll give a quick glimpse of it, and I'll start what is smart city, what's happening in the smart city, why it is needed, and what are the features it should be having, and what are the services offered in the smart city, what are the important key factors you have to consider, and we'll see few applications. If possible, I'll try to show few video clippings of what's really happening the other side in the industry or in the neighbor countries, what's happening. And smart healthcare also, the same template I am following in order to make a better understanding. And finally, in these two, what are the criterion, cross-cutting criterion that pushes us to take up big data and blockchain in these domain? In these domain, why we want big data and blockchain very particularly? So that criteria we are going to see. And we are, my voice is audible. Is it okay? My voice is
Yes, sir. Audible, sir. Audible. Everything is clear, sir.
okay, fine. So, uh, and what kind of solution we can offer? We are going to see some solutions and some applications also we are going to see. So this is the today's agenda. I'll start with smart environment. Before starting smart environment, we have to see smart systems. What a smart system is like in today's scenario, whether we explicitly know that that is a smart system or not, we have smart systems. Like probably you may be having the today's gadget like a smart watch you may be wearing, or you may be having a, air conditioner which has some Wi-Fi connectivity, smart air conditioner, smart washing machines which has some algorithms from your mobile. You can control the washing machine. Smart fridge is there today. Whatever you say, there is a smartness. They incorporated. They already started. So it goes like to the primitive level. Like there are some startups. They produce a smart notebook. So if you use that notebook, you can write, and you can once you write, you can upload the content whatever you written into the cloud, and whenever you want, you can use it. And if you then you can erase the notebook, and you can reuse it for a number of times. So many of the gadgets, many of the objects around us is smart today, and they started incorporating few things. And technically speaking, we communicate with everyday objects. That everyday objects also started communicating to us. So these are they have virtual identities. Uh, Intuitively, even we never there is no need to know it. We can build a profile kind of thing, like when I enter home, automatically I say my AC should be switched on, and my night dinner has to be heated up in the microwave oven. I can initiate a small code for that, and automatically it can do it. Maybe I may be using an agent or a technology, or a kind of special code which will be running automatically, event based. And uh, these are all, there is no need to exactly you have to talk to a device. It is automatically, it can understand the context, it can act. That kind of scenario they are trying to building up. So but in reality, just imagine around you all your things. You have a smart electricity meter, you have a smart light, you have a smart fan, smart AC, and you have a smart oven, fridge, washing machine, and you have a computer, smart wearables like a watch or whatever it is. So just imagine so many devices are smart, and it will be really very, very difficult to manage those things also. And how we are going to manage, that starts. So we need only smart is not enough. This has to talk with the other side, outside the world. So either we have to connect via our regular Wi-Fi modem, or we can build a system in such a way that we can put a hub or something. Through the hub they can be getting connected, and the hub will be monitoring, and which has more capability, which takes the responsibility of whatever you want. Accordingly it will do it. So your burden will be reduced with the help of smart hub or a special system put in place, which will be taking care of all these devices. This kind of scenario they started building, and they have started calling this as a smart system. Almost, uh, as I mentioned, every device what you see is capable of communication and function in collaboration with one another. So it can even talk with the objects can talk with each other, and it can do things. So that's what happening, and it is going to happen. They talk. They now they are not they are talking like they are going beyond IoT, Internet of Things. They are talking about Internet of everything, IoE. They are talking. They started talking Internet of everything. So that kind of changes are happening. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So okay. We move from smart system to smart environment. So from the initial discussion, we got the idea that we have objects, everyday object can become smart. And we move from that to the next level environment. A smart environment is a world, real-time world, which has all kinds of smart devices which are continuously working to make users' lives more comfortable. So it has to enhance their life. It has to give a better user experience. It has to give a kind of satisfaction and happiness. It has to facilitate his normal life, his normal duty can be made more easy and more comfortable, more enjoyable. So this kind of environment, they started looking into that. So in a smart environment, computation is seamlessly used to enhance even ordinary activities, even ordinary like switching on AC or putting on a light, switch off, dim the light, reduce the temperature, or hearing a news, whatever it is. Um, it can, in the environment, it has additional thing. It can acquire context. It can acquire context from various situations. See, for example, I am entering into my home. Assume that my home is a smart home, and I have a smart AC, and I have a like a TV, a smart TV. Normally, I come from home, I'll sit and I'll take some 10 minutes break. During that time, I'll be watching a news channel for the 10 minutes, what's happening around the world. So whether I have to come and I have to put on switch on the AC and I have to switch on the TV, no need. So if it is a smart environment, which can automatically sense your entry, if it is a smart door, it can sense so and so is entered at home, and for the particular user, what is the profile, what is the when that event entry to home happens, what kind of things has to be done. That action list will be there. That action list will be automatically carried out. So the TV will be automatically switched on, AC will be put on, and you can come and you can sit. There is no need. And if nobody is there in the hall, the TV will be automatically switched off. It will be monitoring that if the persons are there around you, they'll be switching off, and they'll be if there is no person, the AC will be automatically switched off. So understand the context. So understand the context is very important. Whatever I mentioned is a simple context. It can be like it can be more complex context, and the context can be conflicting also. So for example, me and my daughter is coming, we both are entering at home. My preferences are switching on the AC and switch on the TV and watch news channel. She may be having a preference of, she doesn't want AC, she wants fan, and she wants cartoon. Assume that. So these two are conflicting now. So how the conflicting context can be handled? All these are they started working, and many research initiatives are taken. And if you are interested about smart environment, you can visit University of California, who have done a lot of work on this smart environment. Okay, and in Pondicherry University also we started working on few ideas, smart ATMs and the smart branches, bank branches, all those we started working on those areas. So what are the applications? So when we say environment, what is environment? So it may be a smart banking environment. It may be a smart ATM or smart branch, or a smart home, or a smart office, and it may be a smart city in a bigger level, a smart grid, it may be a power grid or it may be energy grid or whatever it is, smart healthcare, and many things we can add, like need not to be this level only, you can add many more. So it is keep on extending. Whatever we see, it can be smart agriculture and smart transports. So many things we can add, and this is endless application we have. So what are the challenges? If you want to build this, what are the challenges? Obviously, the requirement of a lot of sensors, because see, you want to make a smart door, who is entering into the home, it has to sense. So the door has to be locked by getting a biometric like fingerprint or something. On getting the fingerprint, it can the door can identify that so and so is entering. For example, I am telling. So now the door requires one fingerprint reader and small unit to validate the, or it has to, it needs a connectivity to a hub or something to validate the fingerprint, and it has to allow the thing. So some small computing and some mechanisms, some actuators, some devices to open the door automatically. All those things are required, and it requires IT infrastructure naturally. Number one. So we cannot, whatever we have, that is not sufficient. We need some more, little more. We have to add. And heterogeneous environment. The environment is heterogeneous because each device has its own way of constructed, and they have their own of communicating and message format and other things. So this heterogeneous environment has to be work together. So that is a very important point. And heterogeneous environment, best example is smart city. What we are, when we are going to see that, that time I will explain again once again the heterogeneous environment. And the next is interoperability. Interoperability is like so I have two kind of systems which has its own way of working, and when these two systems want to interact, and the way, the format of the data, the way of storing, the way of encryption, and so many factors may be different between these two systems. When they want to communicate, how they will agree upon, and in what way they can interoperable, matching or satisfying mutual constraints. So this is how we can do it. And development cost, the cost is involved, and naturally to make a smart city kind of thing, you have to pump in a lot of money into that, at least for one time. You may be getting a revenue for a period, you may be getting advantage, or sure advantage for a period, but initial investment will be there. And security, that I'll speak at the end. I'll talk about availability and scalability. So making available, the system should be available. So the sensors should be working and scalable. Like I have one, I sometimes I may need multiple things in order to handle many. So whether my facilities are supporting the scalability, and my facilities are supporting the high availability, and privacy. When I talk security, I'll speak about privacy. I'll come to efficiency, and all this process so should be very effective. So when I come and I put my fingerprint on the door, it takes like 5 minutes to open the door. It is painful, right? So we want an immediate response. We want immediate action. So that efficiency also matters. So the delay should be very, very less or zero, almost zero. So that much of functionality always the users are expecting. And big data management, obviously, so many sensors, so many data, so many things we are speaking, and naturally all those will come into picture automatically. And the social adaptation, social adaptation and app development, and how this can communicate with the external world and how it can work on that. So, for example, my smart fridge and my like my professional shop has some connectivity, and whenever some stock is, some inventory is less in my fridge, my vegetable vendor may be automatically getting a notification by fridge, and it will be getting uh, it will be automatically giving the order and they're getting it, and it will be initiating the my e-wallet to make the payment, and the whole process will be completed seamlessly. When you go home, you'll be automatically the vegetables will be delivered and you can get it and you can use it. So this kind of adaptation, social adaptation and app development is has to be put. It is not in place now. We have to add those things. So all these are all big challenges. Each one has cost. Each one requires manpower. Each one requires time. But see, whenever you have a challenge, you should take a point that when you have a challenge, that is the opportunity to the people like us. So the people who are all working in this domain, the challenges are the opportunities. So that will going to provide some mechanism, like you can work on this, you can research on this, you can make on this, you can get socially connected, or you can offer a service to some people, and it may be a research, or it may be a consultancy, it may be a kind of service you are making to the society. In any of these form, you can deliver all these challenges or the opportunities to the domain people. So up to this, fine. You have any questions? I spoke about quickly. I spoke about what is smart system and what is smart environment, and what are the challenges we are facing in the smart environment. Is it clear? Okay. Now we will move to the smart city. First, before starting up a smart city, yes, somebody is having doubt. Uh, you have any doubt, Manish Sekharan? You have any doubt? Somebody has seen. No, no. Okay, okay, okay. Uh, fine. A smart city is basically a framework predominantly composed of information and communication technologies. So they put a big umbrella as ICT, okay, information and communication technologies, and just a communication technologies to develop, to deploy, and promote. So there will be a development, there will be a deployment, and it will be promoted for sustainable development practices. Sustainable development practices. These practices, they are going to. It is not going to be over one time. It is going to be. Uh, it is going to be continued forever, and to address growing urbanization challenges. It is to address growing urbanization challenges. So, first, in order to understand what is smart city, we have to understand what is urbanization challenges. Then, how to address and what are the practices we can make, and what is the framework. We'll get the smart city. Okay, we'll travel from the reverse. We'll try to travel from the reverse so that we can understand completely what's happening in the smart city. So this is a source is given from United Nations, UN's. So about urban development, how urban development, what will be like, what is in 2007 and what is in 2030. So roughly about 23 years, that kind of change you are going to see. And the light blue, whatever the bars with light blue is supply, what's happening, and dark blue is the basic service demand. That is the demand. Light blue is the supply. Dark blue is the demand, and the light blue is the supply. In 2007, it is 83 billion liters per day. They demand, but the actual supply is 56 billion liters per day. In 2007, this is the scenario. So there is, can understand there is a gap between the supply and demand. So in 2030, just imagine 2030, what happens? Because of urbanization, because of the people moving towards cities and the expansion of cities, what happens? 189 billion liters per day is required, and the supply will be 95 billions per day. And so you can see the gap increases 3.5 times. 3.5 times it is going to increase. Okay. So similarly, we can take sewage, how the drainage will go. So what happened in the solid waste management, private transportation, how the private transportation, like how many lanes will be there, how much roads will be allowed, how much traffic will be allowed, how many one ways will be there. So the private transportation, what kind of demand and what kind of supply will be there. And rail-based mass transit, like it may be a monorail or a metro rail, or it may be a traditional train or bullet train, or now they are talking about what is it, hyperloop or something they are talking, and many mass transit mechanism. Mass means like many people traveling through the ground. So on ground, how we can make the transit. On air, that is different. On road. So so that will get to the city has to be getting connected, right? So you need a mechanism to get connected, so that if you make a lot of mass transit on road, that vehicles will be reduced. That is the idea of making the mass transit. So that is, again, that is also can see like how it grows, like from 2007 to 2030. And affordable housing, so making providing a home for all the people in the city. So, and that also with the essential services. See, initially in 2007 itself, the demand and supply has a big difference, and it is growing in 2030. Sorry, 1 minute. So whatever say, really lot of people working behind. We generally we never bother about some drainage or water supply. See, we see whatever we are getting as a facility. The power is not getting, we will be complaining that electricity is not working properly. We are not getting water, we are saying water supply department is not working properly. But in reality, like the demand is growing in multifolded way, but the supply is not prepared, or not, they are not foreseen that, and now they started jumping into that. And how to solve this, that question they are raising, and make a kind of a smart place, so that they can forecast what will be the demand in future, and they can get ready for that, and accordingly they can operate in a very effective way. So in order to do that, they need more details, more data, more connectivity mechanism, and they can provide a better service. And the services, the people of that city should really have a very comfortable life. That is a point they are looking into that. So you can understand what is the need of. So this is the issues they are facing, and that has to be addressed. Now we can go back and we can understand what is the growing urbanization challenges. These are the challenges. So here some more challenges are left also, but very important challenges are mentioned. And this growing urbanization challenges are, it's really, really big. And you know that each city is suffocating with that. Even simple the rain what we had last time, in the last month. So how the drainage, what we have and how it is not, when there is a heavy rain, our drainage system is getting failed or getting, it is not delivering what we expected. And what changes are required? Because this kind of heavy rain comes, what is the option we are having? And the environmentalists, they are saying that many of our coastal cities in India have a threat of going down. So we will go down below sea level. So what kind of precautions we are going to take? So all these are all a continuous challenge. It is a continuous challenge. It is not going to be over, because every day we are pushing one by one, and we are adding one by one. So naturally, the people are also all cities are growing, or no cities stopping the growth. So when you have to foresee the growth, and when you have to foresee the demand, and you have to prepare for your supply, and very importantly, with the satisfaction of the citizens. So in this backdrop, what is the Government of India's initiative? So probably you may be aware that smart city is already initiated in India. So it is initiated in India, and in many places, many states have been given, like you choose some cities as to develop as a smart city, and all are ventured. So Tamil Nadu also got some 10 plus. Pondicherry got one smart city project, and they have started working. So what they in India, what is their focus? In India, the smart cities mission is to promote, very importantly, core infrastructure. Very importantly, core infrastructure and decent quality of life. So all the facilities should be available to all citizens. No citizen should not be denied. So everyone should get all the facilities. Clean and sustainable environment. So, and along with this, smart solutions. What is smart solutions? For example, in your house you have a meter, smart meter. Assume that you have a smart meter. So these smart meter will automatically, through your mobile, you can get connected with the smart meter, and it will be giving everyday power consumption. So everyday power consumption will give, and you can understand. So how you are using the power, and how we can manage your power consumption. That idea you can forecast and see, and any electricity bill payment, how we can do it, and how we can automatically can do the payment, automatic payment from the wallet you can initiate. So bill will come automatically, your wallet will pay. There is no need to go to counter and pay, or do specifically you have to go and log in and you have to work. You can avoid that. So automatically it can be done. And if there is any power problem, the meter senses that there is a power problem, and it can pass it to the electricity department to act on this, and the people will be automatically coming and addressing them. Okay, so uh, this is a kind of comfort offering to the customer or the citizen and the city. Okay, so providing a smart solutions, and the very important focus is sustainable and inclusive development. So the development should be sustainable, manageable, and it has to be sustained for a long time. And providing now and later taking off will not be happy. The citizens will not be happy. And inclusive development. Inclusive development means, so not only the facilities, it should provide opportunities to the citizens to develop themselves also. So it's an overall development of the city. That kind of development they are foreseeing, and this is the mission, smart city mission they started in Government of India. And quick few features I'll tell. Promoting mixed land use, like we have a different landscape we'll be having, how we can use that, and how the area-based development we can do it, depending upon if it is a water source, what we can do. If it is a dry land, you have what you can do. All those understanding the landscape and how we can the mixed land use, how we can promote, and creating walkable localities, reduce the congestion, air pollution, resource depletion, local economy, how we can promote, how the interactions and how the security can be ensured, and uh, the core traffic need not to be put inside the city, so it can be coming the border of the city, and from that there should be a transit based facility we can build, transit oriented development we can build, and so that the people can get down there, and they can go via the other means of transport, they can go via that, so that this makes a kind of more comfortable environment. And just imagine Chennai or Bangalore or many places, the way the traffic jam happens, and how the people are suffocating, and that can be completely avoided if you plan the smart city properly. And obviously, whole governance should be citizen friendly and cost effective. That is a very important. Citizen friendly and cost effective. And major services should be provided on online, and everything should be accountable and transparent. So whatever the citizen makes or whatever the government makes, it is accountable activity and transparent activity. Nothing is hidden. Okay, so since it is a use of a mobile and laptop or something like any gadget, through gadgets, you can make all these transactions. No need to visiting the office can be reduced. Visiting the office can be reduced, and it will make the people to work on something else, so they can focus on something else. And see, for example, there are some places having like it's vulnerable to disaster. For example, prone to disaster. Like for example, some places will be, when you have a heavy rain, water stagnation will be there. So how to address that? So water stagnation is there. So water, how we can drain the water? What are the mechanisms we can provide? Nearby any facility we can. So is there any automatic mechanism we can make? How the water level increase can be sensed? When they have to start the work, when the pumping has to be done, or when the drainage has to be done in a different way, and how they can channelize. So if they started thinking like that, all vulnerable places in the city or the areas can be addressed accordingly, and they can help the community for their happy life and comfort life. We can ensure. So this is a general smart solutions offered in smart city, e-governance and citizen services. E-governance. When we talk about e-governance, it is any grievance redressal, and any electronic service, like starting from our PAN card or voter ID card, or uh, so Aadhaar card, any citizen engagement, like various activities, putting them into the engagement, and citizens are the eyes and ears. So how they are part of the system, and what are the data they are getting from them, and how we are going to use those data for their betterment, for their life betterment, how it can be used, and video crime monitoring, and that also video crime monitoring, how we can make live analytics, like it need not to be like later taking the CCTV and footage and acting like what happened, kind of post-mortem kind of thing doing. Instead of that, how a real-time monitoring can be done. They started about working on that those areas. Waste management. So like energy, fuel, what is happening? We are wasting a lot of electricity by putting the road light, street lights switched on for a long time, And when the people are not there, why it has to be full brightness, that can be dimmed, less power can be consumed. So many small things we can make, that makes a lot of difference. And how the compost can be made, and that compost, how we can use it for in a very organic way, how we can use it, and wastewater, how we can treat that, and this C&D waste, construction and demolition waste. Like a lot of buildings we construct, a lot of buildings are demolished, and how these the waste are handled, and where they can keep, and how they can. So, if you see the waste yards, if you see, like it is, you have seen in many movies. Probably the city people may be seen, they visited few, they may be crossing those areas. It is in acres they will be having. So how to handle that? It is a real big problem. And if you are not addressing properly, down the another 50 years or 100 years, entire globe will become a big waste dumping yard. It will be then, entire globe will be. So it has to be managed. That so all got that they started getting that they noted that importance to be addressed this issue, and these issues are now addressed. And water management, water management is another key criteria. How we can smart meters management, leakage, addressing the leakage. If there is any leakage, how to identify that, and how the preventive maintenance, periodical maintenance, how we can make, and before happening the leakage, how we can sense that, and water quality, how we can monitor, and how we can address, so that any diseases or epidemic may not be spread over water. And energy management, smart meters again, renewable sources, like keeping grid and the rooftops, and solar panels and rooftops, and connecting to the grid, and making the people like contribute to the energy generation for the smart city, and they also get the benefit out of it, and overall for energy consumption also managed in a very organic way, less carbon emission. So green, like we'll having better pollution, less environment will be having. So that kind of so green buildings you can build. Urban mobility, like smart parking, how the traffic management, like one road is dumped with traffic, how we can divert the traffic. So ahead we can plan. And multimodal transport, like different type of transports, like monorail, metro rail, or traditional rail, or other public transport. So how it can be interconnected, and how it can be integrated with how we can operate. And telemedicine, teleeducation. So teleeducation, now what we are doing, like, so now, so this is a teleeducation. It is going to be a it is going to be a part of, in future, it is going to be a part of our life. All these online classes, online things will be part of this, and many virtual labs will come. So these are all we cannot avoid this. It is going to happen because of a lot of money involved in physically moving the people and putting them in a place. And all they started understanding how the cost reduction can be done, but at the same time, the delivery also can be done in a better way. So these tele mechanisms are going to be dominant in coming days. And a lot of incubation and facilitation centers to promote these new initiatives. Skill development centers, a lot of skill development centers, so giving an inclusive growth in the city, facilitating them to get the knowledge about it, and how they can contribute also to the city. So I believe we got a big picture about smart city. So I already told about this water supply, electricity supply, everything I told. Like these are all, we need infrastructure for this. We need a facility for we require a modern facility. We require, and that's why we need money also to make a city as a smart city. So they say 4 pillars for this comprehensive development. This is a physical part: energy, water, transport, connectivity, waste management are the physical aspect of the society. And social thing is education, healthcare, building homes for the homeless people, entertainment, and inclusive city development, skills and facilities, and startups, and which who are all contributing to the society in turn and making the society better and better. And economic market growth, job creation, contributing, say, a city contributing to the GDP, livelihood activities, a lot of livelihood activities, and institutional is like security, environment, pollutionless environment, ICT services, enforcement, a lot of enforcement, skill development. So these are all they look in a very broad way. Everything may not be delivered in the first stroke, but they'll be started delivering something from each of these four pillars, and over a period they'll be adding, and I believe down the line another 10 years, many cities will be real smart cities. So this is the technical definition. The real smartness is using IoT, that is machine-to-machine communication, M2M communication, standardized in a standardized way, safe way, secured way, and accountable way, and in a harmonized way we have to do, and which will fulfill the dreams of and aspirations of the citizens. So the people who live in the city, they should be happy about it. Okay. So I believe you got some idea about smart city, the core things, core requirements, and what is the need for it, and what are the requirements we have, and what are the services it offers. I delivered it. Here I'll try to run some videos. One is about Singapore, and another one is our own place. We'll try to see quickly those two videos.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire,
Is it visible?
messages that forge brighter connections, and emails that get the job.
Just how smart is your city? Chances are it's getting smarter.
Is it visible and is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both are visible and
Yeah.
audible.
Yeah. So you just watch and we'll talk after that.
By the year, many governments around the globe are racing to infuse technology into just about every aspect of its city's operations. And I mean every part, including public transportation, IT connectivity, water and power supply, sanitation and solid waste management, efficient urban mobility, e-governance, and citizen participation. And it does this using every buzzword imaginable, from big data to the Internet of Things. So how does a smart city work? Let's look at 3 examples. Here in Singapore, the city-state might be the gold standard of the most extensive effort to collect data on daily living. The government is now deploying systems that can tell when people are smoking in prohibited zones or littering from high-rise housing. Singapore launched its own Smart Nation program in 2014 and will add more cameras like these so the government can effectively monitor crowd density, cleanliness of public spaces, and even the exact movement of every locally registered vehicle. Much of the data it's collecting will be fed into an online platform called Virtual Singapore that gives the government access to how the city is functioning in real time. It could help the government predict how crowds might react to an explosion in a shopping mall, or how infectious disease might spread. Over in Dubai, more than 50 smart services from 22 government entities have been rolled out as part of the government's Smart Dubai initiative. Using the government-provided app Dubai Now, you can do things like pay a speeding ticket, which likely captured you on a public camera and then emailed you the ticket directly. You can also use the same app to pay your electric bill, call a taxi, track a package you sent to your friend, find the nearest ATM, renew your vehicle registration, track the visa status of a relative, and report a violation to the Dubai police. Now head over to Barcelona, where one research firm estimates the city will save billions of dollars a year in energy costs just by installing smart systems like these. Number one, smart streetlights. Public lighting that adapts and dims when there's no activity but brightens up when sensors detect motion. The second, parking sensors. Instead of driving in circles looking for a spot to park, drivers can get real-time information on an app which locates free parking spots. Sensors on the street curb use lighting and metal detectors to know if a parking spot or loading area is occupied. And finally, garbage sensors, which are actually compact drop-off containers which have a vacuum network through pipes which sucks up trash below ground. The automated waste collection not only lowers noise pollution from garbage trucks, but also lowers costs and keeps bad odor away. Juniper Research estimates that by 2021, cities will save nearly $19 billion by making their cities smart. But of course, to save money, sometimes you have to spend it first. The global smart city market is estimated to attract $15 billion by 2021, and that's just for software. So now companies from Microsoft to Cisco are aiming for a piece of it. In Singapore, Upton Saidi, CNBC.
So, just a minute. 1 minute. So you are seeing my presentation screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. In the video, probably you noticed they spoke about Singapore, Dubai, and Barcelona, and the different aspects there. So, see, in Singapore, they started the smart city 2014 itself, and they are tracking the public, they are tracking the citizens in such a way that even a small thing like smoking in public place where it is prohibited, even that is monitored, and they are putting fine to those people, and providing the environment very aesthetic, and they are making it more comfortable to the citizens, and the cleanliness, and you know about the cleanliness on streets and public places in Singapore. uh, and a very important point I want to tell is, like, because of this establishment they had during this COVID pandemic, they actually better managed the COVID scenario. And if you go and watch how many number of cases, how they managed it, it's really wonderful. The very important thing is they successfully reduced the death rates. And one of the country which managed the COVID better is Singapore also, because the tracking mechanism is very effective, because already they are ready for it. They are ready for it, and they have all infrastructure and other facilities. Quickly they jumped into that. So, and another point I want to tell is, like, uh, in the last Barcelona, how they are making waste management. You can see, like, waste managements, how effectively using underground mechanisms. So they are taking, and how they are processing it in a different way, altogether a different way. What we are doing, on surface, we are moving a waste transportation on surface, and how difficult it is, and how it can be managed in a very effective way. So there are newer ideas, newer techniques, newer processes are coming in, and in the video also you may be noticed, it is a $1 million market, and it is $1 million opportunity, because it is not going to be one city only become smart. No, every city is going to become smart. In a phased manner, they will convert all cities into a smart city. So it is a continuous process, and a lot of opportunities. If a person getting equipped with smart city projects, naturally he will be having a big opportunity, and he has a lot of contribution towards the country as well as to the entire globe. That is the point I want to stress. And it is a $1 billion market. You see, big giants already jumping into that. As a technical people, we can put our research, or we can put our development, can can train our students to suit for smart city applications, so that they can contribute, they can join with the companies, and the trained people may be getting a good job opportunities, because they are properly trained for this. And Obviously, I strongly believe that our curriculum also sooner or later going to have about these smart cities as a part. So we'll see the next video. This is about an Indian scenario. This is about Indore, how they made us a smart, what they had done.
Look, if you're a business owner, then please, please, please don't make this mistake. Hey, this is Amit.
By 2050, an additional 2.5 billion people will be living in urban areas. Growth like this doesn't come without consequences. When city populations exceed 10 million people, air pollution more than doubles. So how can cities meet the needs of millions more people? Today, city planners and companies are working together to tackle this problem and to develop the biggest technological innovation yet, the smart city. So what is a smart city? It's a city that uses data collection integrated within infrastructure to better manage the complexity of cities and improve.
Probably, if you noticed it, please notice it. There is a sensor. You can see the mouse arrow. You can see here. There is sensors, and each car is identified. You can see each car is identified, and they understand the vehicle, and they can communicate with the vehicle. If the car is car has the facility to get connected, and they can even connect with the car, and they can issue any traffic violation. They can issue a ticket directly, and they can understand the traffic also, and they can understand if something is somebody is doing a rash driving or something. Before a big accident is happening, they can protect, at least they can initiate some steps because they are completely monitoring it.
City that uses data collection integrated within infrastructure to better manage the complexity of cities and improve the urban environment. Data allows us to do everything from reducing traffic to minimizing waste to increasing efficiency.
System that is constructed out of millions of individuals and even millions of addresses, millions of buildings, and so forth. So it's a much grander conception in the digital smart city.
The key to this is sensor technology.
Sensor technology is the basis for an ecosystem. Your human body is an ecosystem. It works together in perfect harmony with cooperation and coordination. And why? Because of sensors.
The new standard for smart cities today is to integrate sensors at key points throughout cities, creating an overall picture of how aspects within a city interact.
That's the thing that's challenging about cities and transportation is, everything interacts with everything, and it's a system of systems. And so it's interesting that some supercomputing people on the Hill, they'll say, wow, this is much more complex than what we're doing, which is climate modeling or something just incredibly difficult. As I said, this new mobility solutions are dramatically changing.
Probably if you noticed, the cars are self-driving cars. The self-driving cars are battery operated cars. Battery operated cars will have less pollution, and so the traffic management will be easy when it is a self-driving cars. So select places they can have self-driving cars, closed campuses or select road segments. They can have this self-driving cars so that heavy traffic can be avoided in those areas, and the people with high speed creating a chance for accidents and other disturbances to the traffic. So that can be avoided completely. This is again another way.
Dynamics, like as we speak.
At the University of Reno, Professor Hao Xu is looking at how sensor technology is revolutionizing the way we approach traffic management in cities. By putting sensors at traffic intersections, Professor Hao is gathering crucial information about vehicle and pedestrian patterns. Sensors can make it safe for pedestrians to cross the streets by triggering flashing cross signs. It also allows cars to drive closer and faster, reducing traffic collisions and congestion.
Roadside LiDAR can provide unique and accurate traffic information that still could not be offered and provided by traditional.
And I can notice in this video, this is not about indoor. Indoor I will show next. This is about, I want to show how academics take part in these initiatives. So many of the universities, they are jumping into these initiatives and they are contributing and they are making a lot of analytics. They are making a lot of machine learning algorithms with the data what they get. And it is about prediction and it is about prescription. It is about so diagnostic. In many ways, they are helping with the AI and machine learning technology. So the point I want to stress is it is academic also not away from the smart city. It is they are also taking part into that, and they put their research on these dimension, and they are contributing. That's what I want to stress.
Additional traffic sensors. When we have a trajectory level information from roadside LiDARs, that means we will not have a blind spots on the road. So we will share the information with the connected autonomous vehicles and use that information to control existing traffic signal, pedestrian signal, to improve safety, improve mobility, and reduce the fuel consumption. This is really the purpose of smart city, smart transportation.
While self-driving cars and sensors are on the road, new opportunities arise that are centered around mobility and increasing access for people who didn't necessarily have access before. With a growing population, city planners have to account for more than just increased congestion. They also need to consider rising food demand. This can be better managed with precision agriculture. Robots, drones, and sensors will be used on farmlands to supply increased demand. And not only can food be brought to cities more efficiently, it can be brought home faster too. Even now, sensor technology is changing the retail experience. Major vendors are using sensors to keep track of their inventory and to allow customers to purchase items by just walking out of the store. Smart technology allows us to prioritize efficient use of resources. Using autonomous buses, electric cars, or light rail helps to reduce pollution. Sensors will be key in cities becoming part of the solution for climate change, whether it be the impact of rising sea level on transportation systems or the effect of fire risk on land use.
Using LiDAR to map fuels and use those data products as a tool for seeing which areas are grown and what where you can apply management techniques.
But technology itself does not solve problems. It's thinking about how this technology is realized and put into action that will.
It requires everybody to participate. It's a confluence of technology and citizens, and that interdisciplinary perspective is what's going to solve.
Smart cities aren't built in a day, but this isn't futuristic or something that will start happening 10 or 20 years in the future. It's happening today, and it's happening together.
So probably noticed it. How academics take part in this smart city initiative and what are the different kind of roles they are playing. And so in Indian scenario also, the academic institutions also should move towards that. And I believe so the participants may get motivated by this, and they should take part, whatever research you are making, how we can relate to the smart city, you can think about it. So that is the idea. And I'll move to the smart healthcare. So smart healthcare is again the same with the wearable devices, IoTs and mobile internets, and accessing the information and providing, connecting the people and various materials, institutions, so that providing a better healthcare to the people in a very importantly in an intelligent manner. That is they are aiming for. And what are the needs? Why we need this? Is we use mobile devices. These mobile devices, how the usage you can see here, and how the people also using, like various stakeholders of the system uses this mobile also. You can see that. So bedside nurses uses mobile how much, and physicians how much they are using, pharmacists how much they are using, and delivering meaningful improvements. What's happening? The emergence of tech-savvy patients, how many patients are knowledge about the technology, or is there any growth in that? And that, again, the transformative technology trends, what's happening is that necessary trends are happening, necessary things are getting in place so that the smart healthcare can be realized or can be achieved. So remote patient monitoring, already a lot of initiatives happen. Telehealth, probably yeah, if you seen in the news or something, many hospitals have started telemedicine during this pandemic time, and the lockdown was there, and the people got sick. They are getting connected with a lot of hospitals. Even Jipmer has, Pondicherry Jipmer has started a telemedicine service, and the people got used to it. They got service from the telemedicine. And the picking of AI and machine learning makes a complete transformation, particularly in healthcare. So healthcare division, and lot of initiatives they are making, and huge, like including genetic research, and including like with the various biomarkers, how we can identify the diseases earlier so that the treatment can be done. Gene correction, how we can make so that the particular disease may be avoided. So many things are happening, like so many initiatives are happening. So this demands a smart healthcare. Okay. And and see, like tracking, how it is from 2017 to 2022, how they are aiming and what will happen. So how the patients can be tracked, how the specimens can be collected, how the medical devices getting connected, how the equipments getting connected, how the operational people efficiency getting, because of this connectivity, how they are becoming better and how they are efficient. All these are all the comparisons they are just given, like patient tracking is a, we can highlight. Already I told about Singapore, how a COVID patient can be tracked, and how the people who have contact with this, those also have tracked, and so that they can effectively contain those people, and the spread of pandemic is avoided. And the smart healthcare is the need of an hour, and this many countries already jumped into that. They are started using it. So in India also not behind it. So they already initiated National Digital Health Ecosystem of Government of India. They initiated a blueprint, uh, NDHB, in the year 2017, and they go with think big, start small, scale fast. That is the idea. So you think big, create a big picture, and start putting each component, whatever you thought about the smart healthcare, and try to scale fast so that quickly complete the entire thing. That's why they started working on that, and they are not throwing away anything. They are trying to put a framework in such a way that keeping everything, every hospital, every clinic, every doctor, every components put into the smart healthcare. So uh, and digital health infrastructure, digital health data hubs, building blocks, standards and regulations, and institutional frameworks they are trying to build, and they are trying to go ahead with this. They are now trying to standardize the medical records. They are already initiated the health ID also they initiated, and all this coming in place. Smart healthcare also will be more initiated. So once that is initiated, just imagine you go to any clinic, any doctor, if the using your health card, he can get wherever you are shown already, whatever your past history, completely can be put in a dashboard, and he'll be getting what are the earlier problems. You forgot to tell something also, he will get like that issue I had, so this problem I had. So he can treat very comprehensively, like understanding your issues, and accordingly he can give the treatment. So So the features are like remote patient monitoring, telehealth using AI in place, and interoperability improvements, like between the devices, between the things, the interoperability, how we can build it, and using of cloud technology, so that a lot of sensors are there, a lot of data will be there. So we need a cloud technology on which the machine learning or AI will be operating on top of it. And wearables. In health sector, a lot of wearables are started coming. A lot of wearables. So including the smartwatch, which will be measuring your heart rate or measuring your oxygen level, or even it can measures your blood pressure or heart. ECG also now. Recent Apple Watch and recent Samsung Watch, they initiated ECG also. And so those are all can be dynamically shared to the doctors, or if it is alarming, you can intimate to the people, so they can they can take care, or they can help you to come out of the health difficulties. And so in the hospital also, proper health monitoring device is kept, so automatically, any emergency, the necessary professionals will be intimated, and they'll be coming and they'll be doing the service. And the human alert, like when like this kind of COVID kind of pandemic, the shortage of staffs and shortage of medical professionals are the major threat we had. So that time, these kind of mechanisms will help the professionals. They can serve more people, because most of the people are automatically monitored. If there is any issue, automatically you will get the notification. They can address those patients who are all critical, who are all in need of your service. And sharing the electronic health metrics with hospital and clinicians, so that helps the people to serve better for you, and that is also coming up very nicely. Already many countries all jumped into this, and they are doing it. Yes. Uh, any doubt if anybody is having? So I have some more videos here, but I'll just play only one video about healthcare, because it is a part of smart city. I've shown already healthcare also, but since it is a separate topic, it has its own.
Imagine that you get a day at your dream product launch. Do you have these skills to handle the toughest tech challenge?
The inhalers are connected inhalers. So whatever you are doing, it will be sensed, and automatically it will be intimated, and it supports with their input also. So it is a connected inhaler. Quickly, sorry. So here you can notice they are talking about Internet of Medical Things, IOMT. So this is IoT is getting different variants.
An estimated 68% of medical devices are already connected, and the number is rising. They join patients and healthcare professionals with systems, diagnostics, and data. The advantages this brings to us all is undeniable. But the critical and sensitive nature of the data in the healthcare domain makes the sector especially vulnerable to cyber attacks. In response to the industry's need to address its extremely complex environment, Silera have developed a patented technology that's revolutionized the way cyber teams manage their connected communities. It delivers real-time IOMT device visibility, inventory, and data management with a simple-to-use interface. And not only that, it happily coexists with the majority of technologies used in the healthcare sector every day. We'd be happy to organize a demonstration with one of our team of specialists. So
this is again about how things can be getting connected. A lot of initiatives already started and they are doing, and we are also going to see many of things in our country also sooner. The last segment of this.
In today's hustle and bustle, technology is the name of the game, resulting in maximum comfort and sophisticated ways of life. But on the other side of the fence, it usually comes at a cost of our own health and well-being. Say we are bombarded by an army of risk factors associated with modern or sedentary lifestyles, as well as daily unhealthy diet, not to mention exposure to chemicals, air pollution, and so on. That's why many people end up with having common non-communicable diseases, or NCDs, like diabetes, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease. What is even worse is that when a disease progresses in our body, we will rarely notice it, and obvious manifestations mostly happen at an advanced stage beyond remedies. In yet another milestone, Bangkok Hospital Phuket has geared up for innovation and data integration that results in timely and effective healthcare, prevention, and monitoring in the long run. Now, we've come up with the next chapter of healthcare thanks to Internet of Medical Things, or IOMT. The platform is made possible through the strong collaboration between SCG on the part of equipment, My Health Group on the part of software, and Bangkok Hospital Phuket on the part of healthcare. IOMT will allow you to keep an eye on your current state of health in real time, 24 hours a day, relying on personal health monitoring equipment as provided by the hospital. With this state-of-the-art health information system, your current health inputs will be processed and shown on our medical dashboard. With further professional monitoring and analysis by our multidisciplinary team, coupled with medical health review, your personalized health insights and guidance will be readily recorded for prompt access via the My Health First application anywhere and anytime. In case of any results beyond a normal range, you will get an alert from our nursing staff right away for further follow-up or treatment. At the end of the day, be rest assured of high confidentiality as to your healthcare information, which is only available at your own fingertips. Moreover, in case of emergency, when you happen to have irregular symptoms or in a situation where you cannot make it on your own, do press the help button on your neckband device. Then our team of doctors and nurses will receive your distress call immediately. Right from your doorsteps to every single hospital visit, IOMT will get seamlessly activated, making it truly sleek and hassle-free, starting from prompt alerts and health status tracking through to a dedicated service experience and health information linkage covering every square inch when you step into our hospital. We never stop to go the extra mile for your good health and well-being in the long run. As part of achieving this ambitious goal, Internet of Medical Things have been combined and ready to make it a whole new exciting journey in healthcare for you and your loved ones. Let's stay in touch and be healthy together.
Probably noticed this is about a Bangkok hospital. Already they jumped into this initiative, and so now I'll quickly come to the role of big data and blockchain. Why we need this? What are the criteria we have seen? You have seen like smart city or smart healthcare, which generates a lot of data, huge amount of data because of so many sensors and so many devices, systems, equipments are getting connected with the application. So in that case, so the characteristics of the data will be the volume will be the higher volume we have. We have the variety of data. We have images, we have videos, we have normal data, we have social media data. So variety of data we have. Velocity is and veracity is there. So all this has to be addressed. And other side, the personal information are there, like health details are there, or where you are moving, your privacy is there. So the security and privacy are the key factors in today's scenario, like how you can protect your personal data, how you can where you have to where you can share, and how much you can share, how those shared information can be protected. All these are all very important, and security is the one of the highly we need to focus because of this connected mechanism. And the other side, the privacy is like how much they are monitoring, and whether they are monitoring all, so whether with my willingness it has been monitored. The privacy also a very important part, like that also in today's scenario they are doing a lot of research about privacy. And data is shareable. It has to be shared with a lot of medical professionals. In the case of smart healthcare, in the case of smart city, it has to be shared with people who are rendering the service. And the distributiveness, like the data has to be distributed. It has to be put in different places for different purposes or the storage mechanisms, whatever we have. So all these are all like how we can secure the data, how we can share, how you can distributedly keep the data properly. All this again another side from the transaction as well as the information side, what we are pushing. We want a secure transaction, we want secure data. We want we want a shareable transaction, we want shareable data. We want to distribute our transaction, distributed transaction we want to make, and the information is also distributed in real time. So we need these two. The solution naturally already last 3 days you are seen all these points. These are all provided by big data and blockchain. Okay, how these are all put in place. So this is about a smart city application, and they have a see, you can see many of these outside thing is already what we discussed, and inside you can see like IoT and data management and big data analytics. They keep blockchain and the cloud and AI and machine learning they keep in place, and they put all the data and the big data analytics to the IoT, and blockchain will be used for necessary places where they want to make more secure data, and what are the things have to be confidentially maintained, or what are things have to be like documented permanently, and in a very distributed way. It has to be operative in a scenario so that a smart contract they can establish and they can work on that. And they have a cloud also, cloud mechanism also there to get connected and to get services whatever they want. So this is how they can take a role. Okay, and another thing is like this. So here, in the smart city application, this is again already done, and it is there, and mm, so how the retail, smart home, smart transportation in the smart city platform, how it operates. Okay, in the how it goes to the how the IoT devices through gateway they dump information, and here you can see the blockchain will be these data will be exchanged with this thing. How the blockchain will be working, and the market will get connected, and where and all you have a smart contract, proper smart contract or proper mechanisms, there you will be getting connected and your details will be getting connected, and through blockchain they will be initiating the operation seamlessly. So already I so for example insurance, So you are making a travel insurance. You put like a flight travel. You are making a travel insurance. That time, like it is that travel insurance. When you book your ticket, automatically the travel insurance can be enabled. And if there is any delay or if there is any issues related to your travel, the insurance company has to make some payment accordingly. What depending upon the problem what you face, the customer, the traveler has faced. So which is reported by the travel agency and the airport authority to the insurance company. Automatically they will be getting the information and they'll be validating. Once it is validated, automatic sanctioning of fund will be done, and the fund will be deposited in bank's account. Since all the data is blockchain and with the smart contract, so the conditions whatever satisfied, automatically next event starts. So seamlessly, without any big process, the insurance can be whatever insurance amount you have to get, automatically it is deposited in your account. So this is one example. We can put it in many examples. So this blockchain will be helping in this act here. And 12 possible use cases. Blockchain for smart cities is like universal ID cards, like Aadhaar. Local commerce, how we can go for local commerce, how we can initiate that, and land, property, housing management, how we can document those things, and how we can put it on the blockchain so that those documents will be permanently available. Nobody can tamper it, or he cannot disturb that. And when you are selling or something, it will be automatically transferred to another person. So again, energy, water, pollution management, public transit, how we can use, so on and so forth. So all these are all whatever we have seen, it has its own blockchain opportunity. So in Singapore smart city, so they make already I shown, like they make a virtual Singapore, and they monitor lively, and they are trying to help the people whatever help they want, and they are facilitating, and they are monitoring, they are offering excellent service. And it is somewhere 2014-15 they started it, and it is almost it is the first smart nation. And these are the services they are offering. And here I want to point out something. So many agencies, so many people are contributing. You can see each one is offered by different agencies along with the government. They are offering. So this health record they can put it in a blockchain, and similarly, like so the regulatory framework, and here similarly, like the e-services can use the blockchain, and it can based on the smart contract which is enabled, the seamlessly many of the activities can be done. Maybe many things can be automated, very importantly very automated based on the smart contract. It will be a kind of seamless process will be initiated. This is about smart city. Indore has also initiated this. So in the out of 100 cities, Indore is one of the cities was first started. So somewhere from 2015 it has been initiated, and it is in the progress. Almost done many of the things. And you know that central government is funding 48,000 crores for smart city project. And there is one Amrut project that is also a kind of smart city. For that they are funding 50,000 crores from the central fund. Similarly, the state government also equal share they are putting. So each smart city project is something like 96,000 crores or 100,000 crores they are spending, and they are trying to build. And this is a illustration how they are putting the stakeholders, different stakeholders in place, and they are using it. So I'll try to zoom something and I'll show. So various agencies are getting connected and they'll come here, and they'll be like each project planning and how they'll be implemented, how they'll manage that, and how it will be connected to the other end like government agencies or what are management agencies, how they are getting connected. So how they operate on each item, how they are operating on that. With this illustration you can get. So they mainly in indoor they are making about backbone communication network, as a command and control center they are building, and they are doing a real-time data analysis and information dissemination also they are taking care, and intelligent transportation system, solid waste management, intelligent solid waste management, and multi-purpose communication network, automatic traffic control system with pedestrian signals, with the pedestrian support to crosswalk wherever on the road they want, and bicycle activated signals, lane monitoring they are making, and they have mobile interface with so citizens can put their issues or their requirement of the dynamic messaging boards, and a real-time vehicle tracking, fleet management system they are doing, and passenger information dissemination they are doing, video surveillance they are doing. They use a lot of sensors and cameras for data collection and for providing smart parking, and so these are the activities done by indoor smart city. And they make waste, again waste already mentioned. GIS based geofencing they are making, very important geofencing. Like if you are hiring a taxi and you are fixing up places like to your place to a destination place you are fixing up, they make a geofence, and the government will monitor, and if the taxi is moving out of this geofencing, a warning signal will be given to the local police or nearest police station, and they'll be jumping into that, and they'll be trying to recover. They'll try to avoid any crime or anything. So now these are the initiatives already started. In Pondicherry also they started this activity. The project is on the way. In 1 year or 2 years, we'll be seeing that. So in the healthcare, again, how they use smart contract, how they can, so between the hospital, universities, government, insurance companies, research institute, how they can have a smart contract, how the clinic and the researchers, how they'll get the data, how they'll put it in the big data kind of thing, and how the data will be retrieved and used for their purpose. And a treatment can be offered. So even if you go to a clinic, the clinic doctor can consult with a lot of experts and he can get opinion, and even the treatment maybe combinedly they can give, which is earlier it was very, very difficult because they have to make a physical contact. He has to make a phone call and he has to speak. Now it is a comprehensive treatment can be given very in easy way because of these connected mechanisms, and this we can achieve with the help of, again, blockchain. This is an example for that. And this is again a project in the US it is. So how they use big data, what are the interoperability they are making, what are the tools they are using, and big data offers they can put complete data, something in the normal medical records we miss something, so that and all completely covered. This electronic medical record is completely put on the big data. So with all scan images and ECGs and everything they dump into the so it is completely available, and they build a modern healthcare data platform so that this enables to see, to view the things and to enable things in a very, very efficient way. And so use cases I'll come so that you can understand a lot of use cases. So what are the data sources, existing data sources, newer data sources, and use cases like legacy system retirement, patient condition changes, early sepsis detection, environmental response, real-time nursing unit utilization, social media sentiment analysis, how they feel about and what is the issues going on, how they can address, clinician-aware applications, patient monitoring, event-driven care, real-time quality monitoring, personal health record management, and helping for vaccination and other things. And uh, they are working on future use cases like ventilator management, hospital acquired infections. This is another major issue. If you are put in hospital, you may acquire disease. How it can be managed, how the patients can be protected from that, and the surveillance, how they can use it, and vitals, how they can manage with the help of newer kind of sensors, and patient generated data from home devices like different signals like smartwatch or smart tags and all they use for monitoring the glucose levels, vital signs like your BP, pulse rate, so on and so forth. Exercising and dieting, what you do, and that can be shared, and genetic data and phenotype data, everything can be addressed. They can analyze and they can help patient threat analysis and edge and vertices analysis also they can do so that the patient caregivers can so the supporting staff how efficiently they can operate on that. So this is their Hadoop healthcare they built, and this is almost 5 years old system it is, and they are adding newer and newer things on top of it. And you can see the Hadoop is the central point, and the analysis part will be there separate, and they are doing a lot of analysis. This is a data repositories, and here the governance and see, they keep the central point of the Hadoop, and they build everything like security, general operations, and governance, everything. And they have a lot of interfaces they are giving, and these will be filled with traditional resources and different resources, other emerging and non-traditional resources like modern devices or modern media, social media or something, all those things. And this is also a continuity of this, how the systems, various systems are built, that is shown here. So within the given time, I try to give a big picture about smart city and smart healthcare. So thank you all. So if you have questions, I'm ready to answer. Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
I think I took extra time. Sorry. I'm not.
No, sir. Within
I have not noticed it.
11:15 is the time, sir. No issues, sir.
So questions, please.
Sir, you can see the chat box, sir.
Chat box. I'll go to chat. Yes, I'm opening chat. Yeah.
In the top, you can find 3 dots there. You can click and see the chat box.
Yeah. Question answer. Okay.
Audience, if you can unmute yourself, you can raise the question, or you can.
Madam Ronnie has asked, you want to see the data source? You want some data source of this presentation, or what data source you want actually? So I put all the links, necessary links in the references I added. So it is available when you are getting your presentation, you'll be getting that. Okay. So you'll be getting that information or any other data source you want. So thanks for your compliments. Many are saying, so thanks for your appreciation. But very limited time. I want to put too many things I have to bundle. I believe I try to transform the ideas about smartness or smart environments rightly into you. And smart education, another area which is not addressed here. So if we are making the smart education And all this pandemic time, lockdown and all, we may be managing very, very efficiently. We have now a lot of limitation. We are moving towards that. Yet to be, we have to move. We are not fully, not transformed to that. We have started our initiative. We have to go along with it. So, questions, please.
Sir, in the indoor, how far you have achieved in the smart city, sir? In the indoor.
So many things. See, the control center they built and traffic management they are doing. Main thing is waste management. So see, this is you have to understand when we make an environment, all stakeholders have to participate, right? So not only the government officials, not only the individual people, everybody. It is inclusive of everyone. So when the contributions are effective, the results will be effective. Indoor, they started doing this. Even in many places, waste management and all, they are trying to address this. But we are not so modernized like Barcelona, where the waste management they are doing in a different. They are using a vacuum mechanism and they are trying to do that. And they are not doing on road waste clearing and all. They are not doing it. So in a different approach they are doing. We need some modernization. It is in progress. They reach a certain level, and what are services I already mentioned in the slide also.
Yes, sir. Actually, rightly you mentioned that we have enormous opportunities in the smart cities.
Yes, yes.
As teachers, and researchers, how could we can focus towards the in this area, sir? What way we can? What way? Because now so many technologies are there. IoT is there, blockchain is there. As a teacher, how could I can focus on this smart city?
Yeah, I understand. And see, all cannot master in all. Like, see, IoT is there. Working on smart system itself, it is interdisciplinary, basically. So you should know where you are applying. That domain also you have to understand. For example, if you want to put it in a healthcare, you have to understand healthcare. So you need a team to work upon. Like you are not alone, you cannot do it. You need some health professional support. What kind of requirements they will be having, then only you can do it. So what you can do is where you are going to focus. You want to work on the data acquisition you want to work, or data analytics you want to work, or you want to work on some predictive modeling or something you want to work, or you want to work on security, or you want to work on privacy. Security and privacy also very, very important area where a lot of contributions are required in this kind of heterogeneous environment. You know, smart city is many systems work together. So it is a heterogeneous environment. A lot of security breaches may be possible. There is a lot of opportunity. So all these areas you can work in with the application of smart environment. Okay, so I want to work on my analytics on smart data, smart area data, smart environment data. It may be smart city, it may be smart healthcare. I want to work on security, which is providing a facility for smart environment. Like that, we can focus on. So we can cross cut with the area, whether it is security or machine learning or AI or data analytics or big data, whatever you can take, but you have to cross cut with smart application or smart environment. It may be a kind of app development, it may be an application development, it may be a service development, or it may be a research contribution. All these are all possible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, any other questions? Fine. So
I think yes, sir.
You have next session also. So possible tomorrow I have another session. If you have questions, you can ask tomorrow also. Okay. We will, I think, 11:20 it is. Okay. Next session
Yes,
will start.
Yes.
Okay.
Dear sir, thank you for your wonderful presentation. You have explored many things in the smartness, in the smart city, smart transport, smart education. Major importance you given on the today on smart cities. We are we have understood the different things which are required to build a smart city, and upon which how these technologies are involved. That is blockchain, big data. How these technologies are applied to build this system. That also you explored. And tomorrow also we are very keen on attending your session from 11:30 to 1:30. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. Now I call upon Mr. Arul Prakash, scholar of Computer Science Department, Central University of Tamil Nadu, to propose vote of thanks. Vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning,
Yeah.
all. Good morning, all. My heartily vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr.V.Prasanna Venkatesan, sir, sparing his valuable time for us to grace the occasion with most important and rapidly evolving smart city and smart healthcare technology, where the future is expected to build upon. Sir, your experience and knowledge over the topic was immense, gave depth insight on the blockchain, big data application over the smart city and smart healthcare. Especially through visuals, you made it more clear. Sir, you brought brief knowledge on the challenges to implement smart technology aspect in herbal, city, healthcare, etc. Also, its counterpart perspective to overcome the challenges. Surely, sir, this is given us great light to influence blockchain, big data application for smart city and smart healthcare. Once again, thank you for your valuable time. Thank you, sir.
So thank you, Martin, and thank you, Himanshu, and for your words. And I appreciate all participants, and I wish you should get something out of this. And if somebody got out of this something, I'll be more happy. Thank you all once again, and we'll meet in the next session.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Martin. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye. I'll stop my.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. There is an announcement for participants. Now the time is 11:22. So we will be starting next session another 15 minutes. That is, we will start by 11:25. So we can start by 11:35. Like this, we will start it. So take a quick break and come back. Don't leave from the meeting. Please be in the meeting itself. We will be starting next session by 11:35. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you very much. Hemans, do you got the profile of Mr. G.S. Ramkumar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So sorry to join very soon now. So
In
we'll be
introduction,
starting
sir.
by 11:35.
Now for Ram Kumar sir introduction, I will give.
Yeah, you are giving. Okay, Arul Prakash. Okay, we know.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Please be ready. We'll start by 11:35. Like this.
Okay, sir.
Okay.